Is apple cider vinegar truly the best for blood sugar? You might be already in the power of vinegar to help manage sugar, but are you using the best kind? Today, we'll break down what makes apple cider vinegar stand out and whether it's actually the best option for a simple 10-second habit to help tame your blood sugar, especially if, like me, you're not ready to give up your favorite bowl of rice. Look, I may be a doctor, but I'm also a fan of good meal. For rice lovers like me, it can feel like we can't even look at a plate of carbohydrate without feeling sluggish an hour later. We're often told to just stop eating carbs, but let's be real. When rice is a staple at your table, that's not very realistic. You probably heard that apple cider vinegar, or ACV, is the so-called holy grail for blood sugar. Let's talk about what it actually does in the body. No gimmicks. A well-known study published in Diabetes Care found that consuming vinegar before a high carbohydrate meal improves insulin sensitivity with some insulin-resistant adults, seeing improvements in the range of about 20 to 30%. That's meaningful. For many people, that can be a difference between a steady afternoon and a post-meal energy crush. So how does vinegar work? The key isn't in the apple themselves. It's acetic acid. And later in this video, I'll share a simple 10-second habit that helps you get the benefits of acetic acid with minimal effort. When you eat rice, your body breaks that starch down into glucose fairly quickly. That rapid rise is what causes a blood sugar spike. Acetic acid acts like a slow motion button for digestion. It helps slow gastric emptying and reduces the activity of certain starch digesting enzymes. So glucose enters the bloodstream more gradually instead of all at once. This gives insulin more time to do its job and helps prevent that heavy, sluggish feeling afterwards. So, is apple cider vinegar actually king? It's definitely the most popular, but it's not the only option that works. Here's an important truth. Acetic acid is acetic acid. Research published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition suggests that vinegars with around 5% acidity can help reduce post-meal glucose spike, regardless of the source. That said, here's why apple cider vinegar is usually the one I keep in my own pantry. While acetic acid does most of the heavy lifting for blood sugar, ACV contains additional compounds. You've probably heard of the mother, those cloudy strands seen in unfiltered ACV. While human data are limited, these compounds may support gut health. ACV also contains small amounts of polyphenols, which are antioxidants, and some studies suggest vinegar may modestly increase feelings of fullness after meals. These effects aren't dramatic, but they can be helpful. Another reason ACV stands out is volume of evidence. Compared to more niche vinegars, apple cider vinegar has been studied more extensively in clinical settings. And for people who value evidence-based choice, that matters. If you want alternatives, there are good ones. Kaong vinegar, traditionally made from the sap of the sugar palm tree in the Philippines, is a great example. It has a smoother, sharply sweet, tangy flavor, and it still provides acetic acid. While it hasn't been specifically studied for blood sugar control, it can be a culturally rich and enjoyable option that fits the same basic principle. White vinegar is another practical choice. It's inexpensive and widely available, and effective for blood sugar support because it delivers acetic acid without the extras. On the other hand, be cautious of balsamic vinegar. Many commercial varieties contain added sugars or concentrated grapes, which may counteract the glucose-lowering benefit. Now, let's get to the 10-second habit. The protocol is simple. Mix 1 tablespoon of vinegar into a tall glass of water. If you tolerate it well, some people may work their way up to 2 tablespoons over time. Drink it 10 to 20 minutes before your first bite, especially before eating a starchy meal. Always discuss this with your doctor before adding it to your routine, particularly if you have certain medical conditions. And if you can't stand vinegar water, don't force it. You can use that same tablespoon in a salad dressing. Research from the University of Arizona suggests that combining vinegar with fiber-rich foods like leafy greens can be a double win. Before you try this, a quick safety note. Never ever drink vinegar straight. It's highly acidic and can damage tooth enamel, or it can irritate your throat. Always dilute it. And using a straw can help protect your teeth. And if you take diabetic medications or drugs that affect potassium levels, check with your doctor first. Managing blood sugar doesn't mean eliminating the foods that you love. It means adding a little science to the plate. I'm Dr. Hanz, MD. Eat well and live smart.